Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. I'm going to wait for y'all to join. I jumped on a few seconds earlier this morning just because I am so freaking excited for this conversation. All right, where are you all? Happy Monday. We are talking about a conversation with God, a wealth conversation with God this morning. And I'm, as always, excited. I'm excited for it because this message is as much for you as it is for me. So come on in, give each other your love, do the thing that we do. It is how we roll in this family. Where are you all? I haven't seen you. So when you come in, can you type a comment? Robin! Wow, Goddess Robin, the first one here this morning. All right, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you all. There you all are. There you all are coming in. Awesome. I love it. So this morning we're talking about a wealth conversation with God. And this was inspired several months ago by one of our beautiful goddesses who we were having this conversation and we ended up in a meditation. And what came through was just so powerful. And I thought, you know what? Every woman could use this. Every woman could use this experience, this moment, this conversation. And I know I can. So I wanted to share it with you. And this morning is not so much teacher Tasha. It's really I think a conversation just to leave you inspired and thinking and asking a few questions of yourself. And I do want to say that I have to be aware that I use the word God. I believe in God, and not everyone that is going to be a part of this conversation, refers to or believes in God. So, what I want you to do throughout this conversation is I just want you to insert whatever your belief system is, whether you say the universe, you say source, you refer to it as your higher self, whatever language you use to describe the supreme being in your life experience, please feel free to insert as you would like, as you see fit. What I want you to hear is not, my belief in God, but I want you to hear the message of this conversation because it's going to be very powerful. And I know every single person listening will hear, Goddess Monica, Grand Rising. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be all over here with all of you. Okay, so let's talk about what it means to be wealthy. And this is a definition I want you to think to yourself. For you, what does it mean to be wealthy? For me, to be wealthy means I am fulfilled in every area of my life and I am fulfilling my purpose. Right? So it's that feeling of just wealthy to me is I feel fulfilled in every area of my life. I look at my health and I feel vibrant and just full, right? I look at my finances and I feel safe and abundant and overflowing. I look at my relationships and they fuel me, they fill me with love and give me the opportunity to give love. I look at my spirituality, my connection to God, to source, to the creative energy that is all. And I just like want to weep in awe of the relationship that I have and how the energy of God flows through me. So every area of my life, I feel fulfilled in all those areas. And I know in myself, I'm fulfilling my purpose for being here. And that's wealthy to me because there's no point in having a ton of money, which is usually how we define wealth, and no love, no health, no relationships, no spiritual connection to source, right? No understanding the power of that relationship and that connection. So for me, when all of those buckets are like full and flowing, that is wealth. So I want you to think about for yourself, what is wealth for you as we go through this conversation, right? And the other part of that, the opposite side is when life feels the opposite of that, right? Just the way I just described being wealthy. So when life feels the opposite of that, all that means is that you are in that moment in separation from the flow of wealth, from the abundance that God desires to have for you. You were created to experience the fullness of life in every area of your life. And so when you feel like you are not, I just want you to remember, oh, wow, I'm separated from the truth. I'm separated from God. I'm separated from my higher self. There's just a separation. There's a breaking the connection to source, to the universe, whatever you want to language it as, right? Just remember that when you're not feeling that fulfillment, that wealth feeling, it's your signal. Ooh, the separation is broken. And so, as I said, and I see the beautiful client, that goddess, let me reframe that. The beautiful goddess that inspired this conversation is on right now. And I didn't ask for her permission, so I don't want to call her out. But thank you. You know who you are, because this was just such a beautiful experience for me. So this particular goddess was already very successful. She's what we would call, she had it all, but she also had this awareness that she had a desire for more. She was not taking actions that seemed really evident to take. Have any of you ever been in that place? It's like, I know exactly what to do, but I'm stalled. I'm not doing it. She had this sense of lack of clarity and uncertainty and just feeling unfulfilled. And every time we had a conversation, it just seems like things didn't seem easy, right? And the interesting thing about this particular goddess is what she was looking to do, she could do with her eyes shut, like literally zero energy or thought. She could do it. She's already very successful. And how she achieved the success that she had compared to what she was looking to do right now was like nothing. It's like a walk in the park, right? But she wasn't doing it. She was stuck. She was unclear. She felt unfulfilled. It seemed really hard. Can anybody here relate? Because for me, I know there are moments where I feel I just have that stuck feeling. I feel like, can somebody just give me permission? Can somebody tell me exactly what to do, because I am lost? I feel like nothing is fulfilling me and I just don't know where to go. Like, I might be working really hard, or I might seem like I have it all. You know, you look at social media and you see people and it's like, wow, they got it all. They don't. Trust me. They too have moments where they feel unfulfilled. I have felt that. So I want you to just like bring this up in your spirit and think about this. Maybe right now you're facing a challenge and you're under the weight of incredible pressure to create some kind of result in your life. And I see a lot of, I can relate. I am there right now. Awesome. So I know that we're having a conversation that's really relevant. So what if, when you are in these spaces in your life experience, when you're not feeling so wealthy, you're feeling that pressure and feeling challenged, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like unclear, can somebody just give you permission? What if those moments is God, universe, source's way of saying, I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I'm trying to get your attention. What if that's what's going on? And so I want you to just think about that as I continue, because what I have found on my journey, this is what I have come to understand those moments mean. I'm trying to get your attention. There's something I want you to hear, some way I want you to reframe this. I need your attention, right? And so what we do though is we make these moments mean we are failing, it's not working, everybody else is succeeding but you procrastinate, you beat yourself up. And so if you could take all of that and instead go, God's trying to talk to me here. My higher self is trying to get my attention. There's something I need to know. There's something I need to hear. And so what I want you to do is imagine for a moment. Just imagine, if you could just close your eyes and just imagine that you could take a break from life. You could literally just sit. And when this beautiful goddess and I did this meditation, I invited her to see a beautiful meadow She loves nature. She loves being out in nature. And I said, just imagine you just went on a walk, on a hike in one of the most beautiful places. She loves being in the forest. And I said, imagine that you were on one of the most beautiful nature hikes you've ever experienced. And you have this moment where you stop for a second and you realize you're in the presence of God, right? Those of us that are nature lovers, I know I have those moments all the time. I will be out in nature and it's just like it literally is like when you watch a movie and there's this moment where this big bright light just comes in and consumes the trees and everything around you, and it's this massive energy field, and you're just like your eyes open and you go, "Oh my God, what's going on? Where am I? What happened?" And it's that sense of I'm in the presence of God, the universe, source, all that there is, that incredible power is with me right now. So we did this meditation and I said, and if you can be there, if you can be in that experience, that intimate conversation, what would you ask? What would you want to hear? What would you want to know? um, just imagine that in this experience, you are connected to the source of all wisdom, the energy of pure love for you. Pure, like the energy that you're with in that second, in that meditation that you're going to do, is the energy that the only purpose of that energy is to love you, to take care of you, to provide for you. And this energy, this source, God, has the ability to give you anything that you desire, and the infinite ability, infinite supply, anything you could ask for in this moment, you're going to get in abundance. So imagine that you're in that experience. You're literally just sitting there with God, source, universe, your higher self, and you get the chance to have this beautiful conversation. Imagine that in this conversation, you get the direct messages that you need. You're being told exactly what actions to take. Everything that will lead to the full manifestation of your dreams and desires happens in this moment, this conversation. What would you ask? What would you hear? Sometimes I feel, in our pursuit of wealth, we make ourselves so busy with our mind trying to figure out what to do that there is no space, there is no time, there is no allocation for this kind of intimate conversation with source, God, all that there is. So you're operating from your human limited mind trying to figure it out and know what to do when you've got access to all that is. I mean, imagine just talking to God, who has so much love for you, truly the ability to give you anything that you want. And you're sitting there in this intimate conversation. I want you to, I want you to imagine some of the reframes that you might be inspired in your life experiences right now to be hearing. For example, when you feel like you're waiting for permission, this was my beautiful goddess. What I realized was she was literally stuck and uninspired and not taking the actions because it was like, I need permission. And what happens when you have that feeling of like you're not giving yourself permission to move forward? This is when most people, there's something you want, but you feel bad asking for it. You feel wrong to ask for it. Have you ever, like, it's like, this is what I really want. I can tell you of so many clients who, when we talk about manifesting, they literally, the hardest thing for some of them is to just say out loud what they really want. And sometimes it's like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work. And it's like, I feel bad to say that truth, or I don't want to work this hard, you know? Or I don't want to do this work. And sometimes it's like, this is the truth of what I really want, but I feel bad saying it. Or I want a lot of money, like a lot, like a disgusting amount of money, so much money, I don't know what to do with it. That's what I really want, but I feel bad to say it. I feel bad to ask. I feel wrong. And so, in those moments, what if God were to say, permission granted? Permission granted with this beautiful client. What it was that she has worked so hard to build the business that she had in the past, and she was incredibly successful, but she worked really hard, and her greatest fear was to ask for more because it included, or it seemed like it would include, hard work. And so she said what it was, the permission that she needed was, you've worked hard enough, go have fun. And it's that simple. Go have fun. And what I've watched happen for her in the months since we had that meditation is just night and day. Incredible. She told me recently she's got a sold out retreat practically. She launched, it took her almost a year to do one thing that was on her heart because of this. And so I just want to inspire you this morning by saying, I promise you, if you were to take the time to have this conversation with God, with your higher self, with the universe, permission would be granted. Whether it's that you, permission granted for you to have fun, permission granted for you to do something different, permission granted for you to have a lot of money, to ask for it, whatever it is, permission granted. Just think about, like, literally as I say those words, for me, I literally just feel the sense of relief in my body. Permission granted. You have permission. And remember, many of us, we grew up with very strict parents where we couldn't do, think, be anything until they granted us permission. And so as adults, we still have that mindset of, I'm needing somebody to give me permission, but there's nobody. And you don't know how to give it to yourself, right? So we're stuck in a pattern that no longer serves us because we're waiting for permission from somebody who isn't going to give it. There's nobody, there's no parent. You're not going to go ask your parent. We're adults. So who's going to give it? Right. And it's the hardest thing for us to give it to ourselves. So I imagine in these conversations that God is saying, Tasha, go have, like, permission granted, go have fun, ask for the money, ask for that way of life, whatever it is, right? Permission granted. So that's number one. I want to talk about feeling stuck. Feeling stuck. Actually, Kalandra, thank you. Can you all type that? Permission granted. Every single person watching live, permission granted. Like, make yourself type it to create that neural pathway that says, I have permission. I have permission. Can you all type that? Go ahead and type permission granted. Everyone watching, there we go. Permission granted. Give yourself permission. Permission granted. You have the permission. So I love it. I want to move on to, if you are feeling like, oh, look at you all. That's right. Permission granted. Yes, permission granted. Check, Coach Nad says. Denise, Goddess Denise, permission grant. You have the permission. You got it. Okay. Feeling stuck. Feeling stuck is when you are in a pattern of behavior that no longer serves you. I was recently at an event and I heard this definition of when you feel stuck, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Lamar Tyler, I think his name was the name of the speaker. Stuck is when you're in a pattern of behavior that no longer serves you now, but it served you once. It served you once, it served you maybe for a really long time. But in the now, that pattern of behavior keeps you right where you are. While everything that you long for requires you to break that behavior, right? Everything that you long for to move forward is outside of that patterned behavior. And so you feel stuck because you keep doing the same thing, or you keep wanting to do the same thing, and it's not going to serve you anymore. So in this feeling of stuck, when people tell me, I just feel stuck, I want you to realize this is God's way of saying, I am with you. Just go for it. I'm with you. Just go for it. You need courage. Use me as your courage. It's time for your next level you. Anytime you want to say you feel stuck, understand that the message that you're being given, what God, universe, source wants you to hear, why it feels so awful. Stuck is the worst place to be. Why it feels so incredibly disempowering is because you're literally being asked, it's time to go to the next level. It's time to stop this pattern. It's time to break this pattern. And that's what you're being called to do. And maybe you need courage to do it. So right? God's like, go for it. Go to the next level. I'm with you. Just do it already. Just do it. It's time. That's right, Cece. It's time. It's time for your next level. And so get out of the feeling of feeling stuck and the overwhelmingness of feeling stuck and literally hear it's time. It's time for the next level. It's time. Ready? Let's go. I want you all to type that. It's time for my next level. If you I want you to type it, so even if you're not feeling stuck right now, when you are, because we will get there at some point on this life journey, you're going to feel stuck. It's time for my next level. That's what it means. I feel stuck. It's time for my next level. It's time. There we go. It's time for my next level. Did I just see, who did I see? Turkisha. Yes. It's time for my next level. Barbara, it's time for my next level. That's all it means. You're not stuck. It's time for your next level. And you're stuck in a pattern of wanting to stay where you are, but you're being called to your next level. I love it. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next one. And this is when you feel pressure. You feel this incredible sense of being pressured. Um, I know for me, whenever I feel completely overwhelmed, it's like, you know, that feeling. This is how I imagine it in my head. I have my little life. And in my little life here, I feel like somebody just appointed me the president of the world. Every country on the planet, I'm the president of the world, and all of the world's problems, all of the world's economies, all of the wars, all of the disenfranchised people, the poverty. Like, I just became the leader of the world, and I have to solve all of those problems in my little life. That's how my little tiny life feels. The pressure. That's how it feels to me. It's the equivalent of if I had the job of being the president of the world. Can anybody else relate? Meanwhile, really, I'm just over here in my little Tasha corner, but my life and the things that I'm dealing with in my life feels like the equivalent of that level of pressure. And it's like, I have taken on that it's mine to figure out, it's mine to resolve, it's mine to solve. That's the feeling that I have when I'm in that, like, I am just full of pressure. And I want to inspire you to consider in that moment, what if God is saying, universe is saying, your higher self, source is saying, why are you making it so hard? Why are you making it so hard? Have you ever thought to ask me to make it easy and to give you grace? Have you ever thought to not use your power, but to use mine? Have you ever thought that, Tasha, for president? I love it. No, I don't want that job. I'll be president of my little life and I'll just partner with God, right? So, what if in those moments you really reframe that to, I don't have to do this on my own. I can ask for it to be easy. I can ask for grace. What if the pressured feeling that you have, what you're being called to hear or to listen to is, stop relying on yourself. Stop it. It's hard that way. It's really hard that way. Why don't you think about just asking me, using the power of the universe, the creative energy that is in all and through all and creates all? Like, why would you want to use your human power instead of that? I don't know. I ask myself that question when I feel this pressure. Tasha, why are you trying to do this on your own? Why are you making it so hard? And so Denise is like, I'm without words. I am without words. Right? So if you are, if that's you, I want you all to type whenever you feel that sense of pressure, just ask. I am asking. That's what I want you to type. I am asking. Forget pressure. Forget pressure. Ask. Ask for whatever it is that will release the pressure. Ara says, I've made it so hard. Ask. Darkisha said, been trying to do it myself. I am asking. Go, Goddess Beth. I am asking. I am asking. I don't need this pressure. It's not serving me at all. I am asking. Go Teresa. Yes, right. I'm asking. Forget pressure. So I just want to inspire you this morning. Take whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever is keeping you separated from feeling wealthy. Whether you're not feeling wealthy because you don't have the number you desire financially, whether you're not feeling wealthy because you don't have that feeling of love, whether you're not feeling wealthy because you don't have the quality relationships that you desire, your health is not where you want it to be, right? All of that is wealth. I am never going to sit here, as much as I know, that money, currency allows us to have all of those things. Yes, but if all we have is currency and we don't have access to those things, we are not wealthy. So, in our definition of wealth, we have to include all of it. And yeah, when I have more money, I have more time to spend and connect with God. When I have more money, I can buy healthy foods and the things that I can go have the time to go work out, right? Ultimately, money is to buy time so you can do all these things. I have the time to be with my loved ones. I have the time to express love. That truly is it for me. It's like money buys time, and with time, I can have the time to do all these things that fulfill my life. But either way, money also buys the ability to have access to better health. It also allows you um, to grow spiritually because you have access to the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding that will allow you to have that experience, right? So here's what I want you to just think about right now is any of those that you're feeling stuck, challenged, pressured, unfulfilled, just understand that that is you being separate from your power source. And what I want you to ask today is, God, universe, source, why am I experiencing this? What do you want me to know? The goddesses and I have been doing that for the last couple of days. This is our practice that we're in. So I decided to share it with you because I feel like sometimes the bottom line is you're just in your humanness and you're trying to do all this by yourself. This is a whole sermon. Oh, Marcella. Oh, I'm so happy. Goddess Marcella says, Tasha, thanks for speaking to me and of me this morning. So she's given me permission. It's her. I am grateful for this journey and your guidance and permission to ask and receive. I am grateful. And I just want to say, if I can watch one woman just, I have goosebumps as I said that. As if I can watch one woman go from feeling stuck, feeling unfulfilled, feeling just like the pressure and the weightedness of I want this thing, I want more so much, but I can't move. And to just help her resolve it in this easy way, my heart is so full. And that's what I want for all of you. And so here is what I want to say. I told the people on Clubhouse last Thursday, I have so many women who've been in my life. I've been teaching like this for 10 plus years, 12, 11, 12, I don't know, long time, right? And there are women who saw me in the beginning when I started on this journey. And every now and then they'll message me, they'll send me messages of how proud they are of me and all the things that I've accomplished and that I've done. And I receive it. And then I found myself recently thinking, well, what's happened for you in that same time? What's happened for you? I'm grateful that you are so happy that I've done all these things in my life. But what about you? And usually 9 out of 10 times, those women have not elevated. And they're looking from where they were 10 years ago with a little bit of movement and looking at me and saying, I'm so proud of you. And I receive it. But here's what's on my heart right now. I'm about to go next level again, like big. And what I want to do this time is I want to say, I'm going there. I want to tell you all now. And I want to say, do you want to come? Do you want to come with me? Because the next time I get these messages, I want the message to be, Tasha, look at us. Look at what we did. Tasha, look at us. Not Tasha, look at you. Tasha, look at us. Look at what we did. And so I'm making it a fair and clear warning in advance. This is what's about to happen. It is going to begin December 16th when we do the Create Your 2024 class. I've asked you all to RSVP for that class. If you have not, I'm going to give you another chance. Go ahead, type the word RSVP in the comments, and then you must check Facebook Messenger, right? If you just type it for the fun of it, that's not the point. You have to check Facebook Messenger and you have to literally then RSVP. I'm going to have the Create Your 2024 masterclass. We're going to do your word of the year, your intention for the year, and I'm guide you through a visualization for 2024 with your wealth scene. You want to be there for this. And I also want to say, I'm going to give you a little preview of coming attractions. One of the things that catapulted me into this business was that I was doing this thing where I was serving women on a monthly basis. And I did it for about 2 years before I became incredibly just like unfulfilled and a little frustrated, because we would have great conversations like this morning, right? Great conversation. And then everybody goes about their business, and then like nobody's needle is moving. And it caused this thing in me that was just like, oh, what else do I need to do? And that's where I am right now. I love these conversations, but you know what I love more? Results. And so I want to ask you, how would you feel? How would you feel about us taking these incredible conversations into a container where we talked about things and then we did them? How would you all feel? Hang on. I'm going to jump over here because I want to see the comments. How would you all feel about something like that? We have these incredible conversations and then we go be held accountable. We go do the things that's a part of this conversation so that we see results. There we go. All right. I love that. I'm creating it. That's my next level. I am creating it. Watch this space. My heart is so full for what I'm going to do for all of you. My mantra right now is love, wisdom, and service. And I've always loved, I'm always committed to wisdom. I'm taking service up to the nth degree. And that's where I'm going. I want us to be in a container, not just this Facebook thing where I talk to you every week and you take it and do or don't do, but I want to be in a container where being a part of it is also the signal of your commitment to, I want to have this conversation, Tasha. I want to be held accountable to doing the things so I get the results, right? Okay, there we go. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you with it. Keep listening. Mwah. I love you all. Go have a wonderful Monday and an incredible rest of the week. And if you do nothing else, literally just take 5 minutes and sit with that question. God, what do you want me to know right now? I love you all. Bye-bye.